Good evening and welcome to my video. I am posting a video response to a contest that Deb Martin and her friend Sarah have posted to YouTube. My name is Betty Bittner and I am a member of Ghostly Happenings of Southeast Indiana. Let's see, there were probably about 7, maybe 8 questions and a couple photos that you had to figure out where they were from. And I think that I may have the questions answered correctly. I'm hoping, because I'm moving next week and I would really love a set of dowsing rods to take with me. So let's get down to the questions. Question number 1, who were the Fox sisters and what were they famous for? Let's see, I have the names written down. Catherine, Lee, could be Leah, and Margaret Fox. They lived in Hinesville, New York, and Hinesville no longer exists. But in 1848, Catherine and Margaret began reporting strange noises in their bedroom. And on March 31st, the family was so distracted by these noises that they left their home. And it is believed that during this time, it was the birth of the spiritualism movement. These sisters went on public tours to use their medium-type skills to gain access to possibly haunted locations or to contact spirits for a small fee. A scientist by the name of Sir William Crookes stated that he believes that these sisters were truly gifted. I guess he went through some tests of these sisters to find out if they were lying, if they were cheating, and he figured that they were telling the truth. Let's see, in 1888, these sisters publicly stated that they had fabricated these wrappings and bumps by popping their toes, by popping their toes and dropping apples on the floor. This public confession, however, did not remove the beliefs that the public had in these women. The public felt that they were made to lie about their gifts, and spiritualism continues to this day. Let's see, what incident, this is question number 2, what incident made Roswell so famous in 1947? Now, some people believe in aliens, some people don't. I have seen strange lights in the sky here around Ripley County. I don't know if I would say I have seen a UFO, but I've seen something pretty weird once, many years ago. Anyway, in 1947, some strange lights were seen in the sky around Roswell. Let's see, in July of 1947, a flying disc had either landed or crashed in the area, and it was recovered by the U.S. military. It is also thought that the first aliens had been discovered during this time as well, but of course the military is covering everything up. So we're going to move on to question number 3. Who is Robert the Doll, and where does he reside? Robert the Doll was once owned by a young boy named Robert Eugene Otto. It is reported that this doll was possessed by evil spirits. It was given to Eugene in 1906 by a servant who was skilled in the black magic. And from what I'm reading, this servant had some problems with the family, and so I'm guessing she cursed the doll to get back at the family, because it had been heard that Eugene would talk to the doll and the doll would talk back. Some people, neighbors, would look through the windows. I don't know why they would be looking through the windows, but anyway, they would look through the windows and see Robert the doll moving. And let's see, in 1974, Eugene died and the doll was left behind. Some new homeowners had a small child who found the doll, and this child reported that the doll would move about her room and create problems inside the house, and of course they would blame the doll. But now the doll spends the rest of his days in Fort East Martello Museum and Gardens in Key West, Florida. To pause from the questions for a minute, I wanted to go through some of the background noises you may be hearing. I'm listening to a song called Cryptic Sorrow. It's by Kevin MacLeod. I think it is a very soothing song. The melody, I don't understand why it's called Cryptic Sorrow. because it actually is relaxing. I don't feel any sorrow at all. But anyway, you're also going to hear some snoring. That's my husband. He's not feeling too well and he's been sleeping non-stop today. Anyway, you're going to hear some snoring and some music. Now back to my questions. What is the difference between an intelligent haunting and a residual energy? Intelligent haunting is where an actual spirit form is consciously making contact with the investigator or house resident. It could be, knock 3 times if you're here. And if something knocks back, say thank you. Can you try that again? This time give me 2 knocks. And if it knocks twice, then you will begin to feel that this is a spirit who is trying to contact you in some way. Investigators use digital voice recorders to hopefully catch voices that we cannot normally hear with our ears, but they can be caught on tape. And a residual energy is something that plays over and over. You may think they could be contacting you, but the more if you ask it a question and you hear something that doesn't match with what the question is asking, or you hear noises that you didn't ask for, it could be something that's playing over and over. It's like a memory that you have that just keeps playing over and over in your head. Some things happen in a home that is so graphic or dramatic that those feelings are trapped inside the home, and they just play over and over and over again. I'm going to move on to the next question. What happened in Villisca, Iowa on June 13th, 1912? The incident that took place in Villisca, Iowa actually happened on the 9th and not the 13th. Anyway, 2 adults and 6 children were axed to death in their sleep. The town was turned upside down to find out who could commit this horrible crime. Was it a neighbor? Could it have been a drifter? To this day, the murderer is unknown. Okay, now we're going to move on to the haunted locations. That was me. The first is a photo taken in Indianapolis, Indiana, and it is Central State Hospital. And the second photo in Louisville, Kentucky is Waverly Hills Sanatorium. And I would love to visit this place. My sister went, and she said it was pretty interesting. So this concludes my answers for the questions for the contest. I hope I win.